Because the obvious scary thing about traumatic head injuries, that CTE, the chronic traumatic encephalopathy, you keep getting hit in the head, and then it causes like literally brain nerve damage, right? And over time you get like Parkinson's, like what Muhammad Ali has, and all those kind of things. And also like, so you say that it's safer in slapping than in any other.
If I have to compare sport, I would say slap fight is the safest. My opinion.
In terms of contact sports, we're talking.
In terms of contact.
Would you say it's like safer than even like normal other sports like rugby or something else?
Even rugby. If you take percentage on rugby players, how many rugby players get injured daily? Every day you hear of someone.
Yeah.
Boxers you hear yearly. Slap fight, this has been going on for 2 years. I can't think of...
But don't you think maybe as the numbers grow and more people join, you're going to hear more?
But even if you think, but the way he's explaining it makes complete sense. Like
because
slapping
of
is safer than rugby. Like you can choose location. Location is set, right? It's not going to be on the head. No weird angles that's going to hit something. You're not going to get like injury to your eye or whatever. It's like you're limited to this area, right?
To just that area.
Yeah,
Yes.
and and the force is also less.
In power slap, is there guys over the past few years that are maybe lost movement in their arms or hands or
Well, let me tell you,
legs and
my second last opponent, Makini Manu, I slapped him so hard. He couldn't hear, smell or feel afterwards. And he's been on the bench for a year.
Oh, wow.
But I think it's because he's just squealing like a normal guy looking for attention.
Are you serious? He couldn't. So I know that
couldn't
with
hear.
the...
So I clapped him, which is not allowed. But normally you would get a point deduction, which was supposed to happen. But I think normally if anything happens which you go down or you drop a knee or you get knocked down, a doctor would first they would first call a doctor on stage, and then the doctor would analyze you to see if you are there. So mentally, it's a fight, you would think you are there, but you're like this.
Yeah.
And if the doctor sees, you know what, you're not there, he stops it, he calls the fight. And my opponent was bleeding. The doctor said, "Can you hear?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "But your arms, you must be scared." Any case, so we joke around to say, you know, you couldn't hear, smell, or feel because his nose was bleeding. So with that amount of impact, you slap. So this is roughly 988 kilograms per square inch. Well, that's my power.
Okay. That's your average slap.
That's my hardest slap.
That's your hardest slap that you've ever...
So it's roughly a ton to the cheek.
Yeah, Atlanta, you still want to take his slap.
yeah, because you said Nhlanhla's going to take the slap out.
Yeah, he's going to take the slap after the episode. But the thing is, like, we hear... So I've been watching Power Slap since it's come. I'm a big MMA fan, big UFC fan. So I've heard, like, Dana talking about Power Slap, and he's very, very, very pro Power Slap. He thinks it's the future. He thinks this is the next biggest sport after MMA. What do you think?
I'm going to agree with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you
Tell
guys
us why it's so exciting. Why is this so interesting?
Because it doesn't matter for the people supporting it or dissing it. They all want to see the knockout.
It's true.
So if you have been at a live event or you ever seen a live event, you are sitting like this. You don't go get drinks. You don't look away. You don't check at your phone. You watch this because you're going to miss the knockout. And it can happen instantly. So for me, this is the only sport which, for example, if we get match up, I can see the fear in your eyes. But if I slap you with everything I got and you recover in that 30 seconds or 2 minutes, depending on your injury, I can from there see that, or you can then see my fear in my eyes. This is like this constantly. That's from a fighter point of view. So if you are spectators, you know what, if I'm going to slap my opponent, you think it's a knockout. But say he takes it like a brick wall, and you're like, oh, now I'm supporting him. So
that's why, because you can actually, someone is, regardless, because you could watch a whole MMA fight and the guys kind of grapple a bit, jab, move away, try to win on points. But here, nobody's trying to win on points. If they win by points, they win. But the motive here is there's no other strategy other than I'm going to knock this guy cold out.
Yeah.